Greetings. I wanted to do one of these standard deviation type problems because I know these can be very difficult. So now you have an example where someone walks you through it step by step. So good problem solvers always start by reading the problem. We begin. A vending machine is designed to dispense a mean of 7.7 ounces of coffee into an 8-ounce cup. If the standard deviation of the amount of coffee dispensed is 0.2 ounces and the amount is normally distributed, that's an important phrase, find the percent of times the machine will dispense less than 7.76 ounces. So we begin by looking at this problem, and I'm going to draw a normal curve. Since we know this, it's an ugly normal curve. I'll try to draw a less ugly. No, that one's not too bad. So this is coffee dispensed. So the mean is right here at the center because this data follows a normal distribution. These data, rather. So 7.7 ounces is the mean. And the standard deviation is 0.2 of an ounce. So one standard deviation below the mean would be 7.5 ounces. And one standard deviation above would be 7.9 ounces. We don't need that for this problem, but I thought it was worth mentioning. So we're interested in how often the machine will dispense less than 7.76 ounces. So 7.76 ounces is actually above the mean just by a little bit. So we're looking for the area from that point all the way to the left. And that will give us the likelihood that this happens. So note that line represents 7.76 ounces. And so we need to know how many standard deviations above the mean that is to use our normal table. So if we think about this on a normal table, 7.7 ounces is the mean, and we say that in the normal distribution the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. So the 7.9 ounces is one standard deviation above, and 7.5 is one standard deviation below the mean. To find out how many standard deviations above the mean we are here, we're going to take the value minus the mean divided by standard deviation. So we have 7.76 ounces minus the mean is 7.7 ounces. And the standard deviation is 0.2 ounces. So now this, I believe, is 0.06 ounces, but we verify because we can. 7.76 minus 7.7 is 0.06 of an ounce. And of course, no one's going to say that nobody cares about 0.06 of an ounce. When we're talking about coffee, I want every ounce I can get. So now we're going to take that number, divide by the standard deviation, and we get 0.3. And notice this isn't ounces, this is unitless. So we are 0.3 of a standard deviation above the mean. This spot corresponds exactly, this 7.76 ounces corresponds exactly to 0.3 of one standard deviation above the mean. So we need all that area. And fun fact, from 0 out into the tail, that's 50% or 0.5. So we're just looking for this itty bitty part here. So now we go to the normal table and find it. I think we're going to need page 2. To the areas to the left of Z, when Z is positive, in fact it's positive 3/10, so we find that, and notice that this is the area to the left of Z. So we actually don't have to find that little green area. We know that the red plus the green is that amount. And it all depends on, some normal tables are set up differently, but this one is set up so we can find the area directly. And so we know that 62.17% of the area is the shaded area, so we express that as a percent. Oh, gee, 61.79. So we type that in, 61.79, and we wait, and we wait. We just recently discovered the internet here in Montana where I live, so we continue to wait, and we did it correctly. So I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know if I can help in any other way.